Hey, all the Bacholas, thank you so much for listening to the Men's Room Podcast.
And thanks to our pals at the Advocates Law Firm for being great partners. Yes, even you, creepy Kyle.
Seriously, though, if you'd been injured as a result of somebody else in your car, on your bike, walking across the street, talk to our friends at the Advocates Law Firm and let them help you out.
Yeah, they're the best injury lawyers around, and they want to make sure that you're not taken advantage of. Plus, your first consultation is free.
It's simple. You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Do we need a drink, Eric?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Every time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink test can. Steve Throw Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And Miles, you're not going to believe this today. We toast yet another unsung hero. Now, to be fair, obviously we're starting to inspire people in the Seattle area and beyond, as this particular unsung hero forwarded to us by a rather astute listener.
Oh, nice.
You know, and
nice.
If he's a hero to you, I'll be honest, then he's a hero to us as well. So it's not often that we toast a politician, but every so often we do recognize their efforts. And this particular man, he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives back in 1990, served for 4 years. After that, he served as the U.S. ambassador to Denmark. He did that for 3 years. Now, eventually, he did get out of politics, and he got back to his first passion, which is architecture. And he's now the CEO of Climate Prosperity Enterprise Solutions, which describes itself as a community-focused development firm working to create sustainable local economies through an innovative wealth creation model. Yeah, okay. Anyway, our honoree, he's also been married for 42 years to the same lovely woman. He has raised 7 children. That's right, 7 children. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in toasting Mr. Dick Sweat.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, man.
Yes, indeed. S-W-E-T-T. But that is his name. Yeah. Dick Sweat. Good work. Keith's brother. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So Keith got the longer straw. So over the tongue and down, they're twins. So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bijola.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
Okay, can't wait to figure out how this one went today. We had a little, boy band battle on a Bad Choice Friday today. It is Nick Carter's birthday.
Correct.
And he was in the Backstreet Boys.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Joey Fatone was in NSYNC. It's his birthday today as well. So we had a little boy band battle featuring the Backstreet Boys and their giant hit, Quit Playing Games With My Heart, and NSYNC's Tearing Up My Heart. Can't wait to find out how the voting was.
Are you sure there, Miles?
Yeah.
This has been a long-standing battle, and it finally comes to a close here today. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in wishing a very happy birthday to Joey Fatone of NSYNC.
All right.
As we're tearing up some hearts in here.
Is that who won?
That is who won.
Okay.
Attaboy, Joey. Happy birthday.
Does the song have an intro or anything?
Oh, yeah, it's dry.
Oh, cool.
I can't play a lead-up.
Oh, so I got to just say, hey, here's your bad choice.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Bro, gnarly. What's up, Taylor? Dude, that nerd in his electric hybrid totally blew the light while texting his yuppie friends.
That's so bogus, bro. Are you hurt?
Yeah, like I can't move my hips, bro. I think I broke my pelvis, man. Dude, no way.
Taylor, you need to drop a dime and talk with the lawyers at the Advocates Law Firm.
No way, can't afford that, bro.
Your crotch is broken, man, and they don't earn any money unless they win your case.
Dude, no way.
You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box,
Armageddon.
The men's room presents TV Time with Ted.
Your choices today: Seth Meyers,
Seth Meyers.
the Jimmies,
Kimmel and Fallon.
Ryderson Smith.
Is it 10 or is it late night?
It is right there in the title. All these guys have teams of talented writers that help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Reports are going around saying that Kanye West is now telling people that Pete Davidson has AIDS. AIDS. So to recap, a genius has stooped to name calling and telling lies.
The Ted Smith.
Yeah, that's me. How bad is that?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. He's a genius, this and that. And like, look, I get it. You were married to her. You got kids with her. But like, what are we doing?
And you know, Pete Davidson be like, yeah, I got AIDS.
Yeah, Pete Davidson.
If that's what you want to believe, okay. I just picture Kanye. Yeah, and another thing, Pete Davidson has AIDS.
Yeah, right. And it's like, dude, he's with your wife.
And you want to get back with her, okay.
Bud Light just announced they're releasing Bud Light Next, a zero carb beer that they spent nearly 10 years trying to make. Somehow it took months for the Pfizer vaccine, but 10 years for the Bud Light Next.
Kimmel.
Yeah, Kimmel.
Fallon.
Bud Light just announced that they're releasing Bud Light Next, a zero-carb beer that they spent nearly 10 years trying to make. 10 years. Wow, somehow it took a few months for the Pfizer vaccine, but 10 years for Bud Light Next.
I was giggling as I typed out zero crab beer.
Which, it's a great sales pitch.
You won't get crabs from my beer. You get it from the horse. McDonald's is set to begin selling a new item consisting of a chicken sandwich, Big Mac, and a filet of fish, all in one bun called Land, Air, and Sea, as opposed to its original name, Bathroom, Hospital, Cemetery.
Myers.
Fallon. Myers.
McDonald's is set to begin selling a new item consisting of a chicken sandwich, Big Mac, and filet of fish, all in one bun, called Land, Air, and Sea, as opposed to its original name, Bathroom, Hospital, Cemetery.
In honor of the park's 30th anniversary and Women's History Month in March, Disneyland Paris announced that yesterday that Minnie Mouse will wear a dark blue and black polka-dotted pantsuit designed by Stella McCartney. Unfortunately, that still won't make up for the fact that you brought your wife to Paris and then took her to Disneyland. Fallon. Myers.
In honor of the park's 30th anniversary and Women's History Month in March, Disneyland Paris announced yesterday that Minnie Mouse will wear a dark blue and black polka-dotted pantsuit designed by Stella McCartney. Unfortunately, that still won't make up for the fact that you brought your wife to Paris and then took her to Disneyland.
Like, I'm sure there's Disney people that do that, but that would seem kind of odd.
You're a Disney person if that's the goal. Maybe I got to take us to Paris.
Right, like, I like the Disney parks, but, like, if I was in Paris, like, going to Disney would not be high on the list.
No.
Because you can do that here.
Correct. Right, exactly. All right, let's see. Well, you know what? I have stayed at the Paris. So I've kind of been there.
Yeah. The mall's nice.
All right, so Dolly Parton was on the Today Show, right? Hoda Jenner asked her. Basically, they were talking about old actresses that had insurance for their legs. Years ago, Betty Grable, I don't even know who that is.
Really?
One of the great stars was famous for her legs. So she got her legs insured.
Sure.
And I want to say...
Didn't J-Lo get her butt insured
and was there
years ago?
I don't think somebody else got their legs insured.
And Mariah Carey got something, was it her legs or her actual voice? I can't remember, but right. There's these attributes that they get insured because these things have a lot to do with their success.
So they asked Dolly Parton about her boobs because there was an old school rumor that she had gotten her boobs insured. And she said, like, basically, it was just a joke. She said, well, maybe I should get my boobs insured since I'm famous for them. I didn't do that. And I like this. And she added this. She goes, by the way, you can get new boobs, but you can't get new legs.
That's a strong point.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's butt implants now, but I don't know that I've ever seen leg implants. That's a lie. I'm sure you can get calf implants.
I've seen the calf implants. I was like, there's an episode of Seinfeld, and he was just talking about the woman's boobs. And Elaine's like, why is it always boobs? Why can't you be a leg guy? And he goes, I have legs. I'm like, there's your answer.
Right, and don't get me wrong, a short skirt and a great pair of legs is awesome.
Look, ladies, I like everything about you.
Yeah, I
mean,
right.
That's the long and short of it. If you got it, I like it.
Yeah. I mean, boobs generally are just, you notice them. Like, I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
It's like a couple of days ago, somebody said for the birthday, can you have all three of us to talk about if it's boobs or butt? Like, I don't care.
Yeah, my point was, like, whatever I notice is what I like about you.
Do you like me?
Right. You're a D woman.
Do I like you?
Somebody points out Tina Turner's legs were in short.
Tina Turner, that makes sense. She's got amazing stems.
That's what she said. Protect my amazing stems.
I've always had a thing for Tina Turner.
I think a lot of people have always had a thing for Tina Turner.
I know. That's not really narrowing it down, right?
Congratulations.
She's always been very attractive.
Yeah. Well, it's like I was at a bar the other day and somebody was going to put on Showgirls.
Yes.
Showgirls, a famous movie
with
Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah.
Right, who had been on Saved by the Bell. So the guy was like, I've never heard of this movie. And I was like, how old are you?
Really?
Right. And he goes, well, I'm 27.
Okay.
I go, okay. So me and the bartender, I was like, look, I'm 40, 41. Like, we had she was from Saved by the Bell, was a great thing. And like the bartender's laughing and this man. So the buddy I'm with, though, we're like, it's actually not that bad of a movie. But then I'm like, yeah, I mean, Gina Gershon's in it. Basically, we just named every hot chick. And I go, wait a minute, we're just naming every attractive woman in this movie.
That's why you.
We haven't said ass about the plot.
But isn't that like Magic Mike?
What is the plot of Magic Mike?
I don't know. My wife loved it.
No one cares.
Right, exactly.
If you like Magic Mike, you didn't care what the plot was.
And we know why.
Yes.
And great.
That's a damn good question. What is the plot of Magic Mike?
There's strippers. Who cares? That's not why anybody went to see
I know there's strippers.
What's the plot of the last porn flick you watched?
What is the plot of the last?
Oh, mine had zero plot. We're going to have sex. I mean, like, the guy showed up, they started having sex.
No, the one I was watching the other day, I clicked on it because I really liked the picture of the chick, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay. And right at the beginning of it, she's like, she goes up to him and she's like, "You're my stepbrother. We really shouldn't do this." I'm like, "Oh God, Jesus!
You just got it. You
just killed it. Now I gotta find another one."
You just gotta accept that it's fake.
I know that, but why do people think that's a turn on?
No, that one's not fake. These are all.
I mean, that's serious. It's just like, come on, man.
I don't know, but it
is it me? Is it just me?
No. It's like one of the most popular.
It is. It's one of the most popular tabs.
But also, I still think it's just normal people clicking on it because you want to see that actress.
Right. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say.
Yeah. Speaking of sexy time, Pauly D. We all remember him from Jersey Shore. Mm-hmm. He's a DJ now. Lives in Vegas. Does a lot of stuff. Basically, there was always like rumors that because they would film stuff on Jersey Shore and be like, "Is there sex tapes? Is there not sex tapes?" Yeah. So he was on a podcast, on the Full Send podcast. And basically, he was just like, "Yeah, man." He's like, there was somebody working on the set all night.
Right.
And he was like, you bring these girls home, whatever. They actually filmed it all right before the cover's going on us, and you know what happens, but they don't actually film the act. Basically, he's like, look, we joke about it, the cast.
Yeah.
Like, we assume there's got to be one floating out there, but it's never shown up. Because, they're supposed to stop filming when they were having sex, but it's like, also, some of them are just cameras that are in a room.
Right.
It's not like there's a dude sitting there actually filming you. So, yeah, it could be out there.
I'm sure it is. I'm not down to see Snooki naked.
No.
You don't want to see that Snooki Wookie.
But I think a lot of people would have said JWoww.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But also,
take a look at that Snooki cookie.
I will give Jersey Shore credit, though. I mean, that thing was a monster. And
it was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I never watched it. I did not care. It has no interest to me, but they did well for themselves. Good for them, man.
Yeah, and they're still out there doing stuff.
I'm shocked at how many of them actually have legit jobs.
Yeah, I mean, I think the situation, right? He did. What did he do? 6 months or a year
but
for
he's
insurance
the
fraud?
DJ, right?
He's not.
He's not. Who's the DJ?
Pauly D.
Right. He does very, very well doing that stuff.
Right, that was always his thing. He wanted to be a DJ, right? Then he had a show where he went to Vegas and actually still tours and does that. The situation, he had some tanning salons or whatever. His is a little shady.
More. Yeah.
And then I want to say, what was I going to say? Whatchamacallit? Snooki. Snooki is, does all these mom blogs and this and that now too. Plus, the other thing, too, is like between the social media and TV channels, there's a lot of really famous people that the rest of us have no idea.
Oh, I find this out with my kids, man. Mm-hmm. Their friends come over and they're all talking about, these 8 different people. I'm like, who the hell are these people? I know they've been looking at me and be like, Dad, you don't know. I'm like, okay.
Well, forget even the kids, though. I'm just saying, like, trying to if you're into, like, mom blogs or whatever, like, you're going to know a bunch of these people.
Oh, I'm into mom blogs.
The Real Housewives people. I mean, even some of the shows on VH1, right? Like, there's some rappers and stuff that I know as I like their music, but I'm like, how do you know that person? Like, dude, they've had a reality show on VH1 for, like, the last 3 years. I'm like, what?
I don't even know that channel exists anymore.
Yeah, there's nothing.
They actually put on some pretty good movies on the weekends and stuff.
Do they?
Yeah. They're more like, especially at night.
Outside of ridiculousness, I don't know that I've clicked on MTV or VH1 in a long, long time.
The one thing about those channels are, if you do watch movies on them, their commercial breaks are like 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
They are long. You're like, my God, man, you just showed an infomercial in the middle of this.
Hey, by the way, we got an update on the plot of Magic Mike.
Okay. All right, let me guess first.
All right, you can guess.
They're strippers. They're male strippers.
Yes, that has a lot to do with it.
Somehow, like, there's danger involved. Is the mob, like, trying to get their money and move in on their club or something?
No, one of them used to be a woman. All right.
What?
I'm kidding. Magic Mike.
I have an idea. There's the young, hot dancers and the older dancers trying to hold on to their line of work.
I don't know. It just says Magic Mike is about an ex-stripper going back into the party-hard stripper lifestyle. Done.
Oh, all right. And then he's got to struggle to get out.
So
who's
who's the old one? McConaughey?
Joe Montega.
Oh, he's the old guy.
I don't know. I just know he's in it.
Okay.
I was like, one of them used to be a woman. What?
Yeah, I was like, man, I just feel like I would have heard of it. If that was the plot. Also, if that was the plot, I would have seen that movie by now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, like, that's a totally different movie. All right, let's talk a little bit about TV this weekend. Mainly, I just want to talk about football. Let's see. Look, it hurts us all. Saturday, there might be a college all-star game on, but there's no real football.
Nothing.
Sunday, you have the last 2 games of the year. First on deck is going to be the AFC Championship, and then you're going to have the NFC Championship after that. Don't forget, here on the West Coast, those games are at noon and 3:30.
Mm-hmm. Dang it.
Man, I think I could be totally wrong. I think both games will be close. I think the Bengals-Chiefs will be a shootout, kind of like last week. Mm-hmm. And then I think that NFC West matchup, they've just played so many times. I think that game will be close, but it'll just be boring.
You think so?
I think it's going to be pretty. I think it's going to be a shootout.
Really?
Yeah, because San Francisco, you got to remember, man, Garoppolo had like 7-8 balls dropped. They were moving down the field. They score when they're playing in L.A. They put up points. I mean, they're playing in 6-degree weather last week.
Yeah, I just don't think so. They both have pretty stout defenses, and San Fran can actually run the ball.
That is a fact.
If there was
Samuel, 49ers.
I was say, if there's a prop bet on Debo, that's the one thing I feel confident about.
Sure. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to the Men's Room.
Well, great balls of fire, Bubba. What happened, Bilford? That crazy son of a Sal blew right through that four-way stop on Main Street and plowed into my cowboy Cadillac.
Your what?
My pickup truck. And I'm pretty sure my leg is broken, Ted.
Oh, quit your bitching, Buford, and talk with those side busters at the Advocates Law Firm. When I got busted up last month, well, shoot, they made sure those snakes at the insurance company played fair.
Boy, howdy. Even that creepy so-and-so Kyle earned his keep.
So if you get injured, the advocates get results. AdvocatesLaw.com.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. British researchers find that people who squeezed the cheese dog, they did it 25% more during the lockdown. If you're headed to Italy for the all-night coconut party, some news to make you frown. Man hits lottery and wins trip into space, but instead watches his best friend go. Man climbs mountain to get a selfie, then look out below. And in Idaho, a man breaks 52 world records in 1 year. It is time for your headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
At a top story, we go to Colombia, where local agents were able to stop a shipment of cocaine. The haul was about to be shipped off to Italy, but agents working with local special forces were able to sniff out the haul, which had been hidden in over 500 bags of coconuts. Crews inspected the coconuts to find that the liquid inside had been replaced by liquid cocaine, and arrests have been made. No word on just how much cocaine was about to be shipped.
I'm going to be honest with you. I like cocaine more than I like coconut. Just saying.
I haven't tried cocaine, and I'm pretty sure I would like cocaine more than coconut.
Mike, I'm going to second that. Never done cocaine, but I'm willing to say I like it better than I like coconut.
That's right. Coconut's just garbage.
I like coconut rice.
You know what? I enjoy coconut rice as well.
Which is weird.
I don't know that I've had coconut rice.
Oh, it's delicious.
It is good.
I don't know if I'd like coconut cocaine. Because you know that coconut had a little bit of an influence on the flavor of that cocaine.
Oh, for sure.
See what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Specialty cocaine.
I don't like the cocaine. It tastes like coconut.
It hypes you up and moisturizes your skin.
Yeah.
And it's a natural laxative.
And I drink that goddamn coconut water. So I guess I don't hate coconuts that much.
Yeah. I can't do it. They look cool. And when I was a kid, I'd love grabbing a hold of them and shaking them so you could hear the stuff inside. I don't know why that was just shocking to me, but it was. It's like, oh my God, it's actually in there. In other news to the internet,
if you cracked one of those open, you can hear Columbia.
In other news to the internet, where a sandwich shop was burned by some former employees. The chain had put a note on their door informing potential customers that they were temporarily closed due to a staffing issue and they were trying to correct it. Apparently, a former employee found the sign and decided to hang one of their own, detailing how the staffing issue came down to the bad ownership, which caused the staff to leave. Did you guys get a look at that letter, that note?
I did not.
It did not pull any punches. It says, quote, the owners of this establishment treated their employees like dogs, never once helped us out. They don't even live in Florida. All employees, including management, were students and did a great job keeping the store running with no help from the owners. The past few months of crappy business have been the result of lazy, careless ownership.
Okay.
All right.
So I don't think they were talking about the company as a whole because this is a chain, but they were just the fact that the owners of this branch didn't even live in state, that they were nowhere near the actual branch itself, tells you that they couldn't run it properly.
Well, you know how that goes. You're out of state, so you have all these demands and expectations, but you're not there to understand how things work in that area.
Exactly.
It can be 7-Eleven, McDonald's, right? You can do it in Alabama. You can do it here in Seattle. They're going to operate differently.
Right. Everybody has their own style. Everybody has their own problems. Everybody has their own benefits.
Like Alabama, you walk into McDonald's, it's not good morning, welcome to McDonald's. It's what you need. And you want to train your employees to all say that when someone walks in.
Right.
And when you give your order, the response, confirmation that they have heard your orders. Right? You don't do that here in Seattle. You have a conversation. Alabama, you don't need a conversation.
Exactly.
You grunt a few sounds, everything's good.
Right. Why are you still standing in front of my cash register?
Right. You ordered your food. I can't see through your head.
Bobby Joe, we ain't supposed to be in this McDonald's.
We've been over this.
All right. Go out to your truck.
Harry, grab the spatula.
Beat them with it. We got our beating spatula.
A space enthusiast.
Everybody remembers what you did to those nuggets.
Oh, no.
Dirty.
You dirty man.
We don't even sell them anymore.
That was neither sweet nor sour.
But I'm Polynesian.
Either way, we had to clean up the hot mustard.
Jesus.
A space enthusiast in Florida has just been hit with probably the worst news of his life. This story sucks. The man had bought $600 worth of tickets for a seat that was going to be raffled off, sending the winner on the first tourist flight provided by SpaceX. The man was elated to find out that he had won the raffle, but was quickly disappointed when he was informed that because he weighed in at a hefty 330 pounds, he was roughly 80 pounds too heavy to be eligible to go. Knowing that it was possible but unhealthy to lose all that weight before the voyage, he elected to give up his ticket to a friend instead.
That must be a good friend. You know the worst part about that? Like, you're too heavy to go, but inevitably you go to a point where you don't weigh anything.
Exactly.
Right?
If I could just get up there, I'd be fine.
If we can just get you up there, you're fine. You don't weigh anything. But down here...
How big was he?
330.
All right, that's a big boy.
That's a big boy. Mm-hmm. And there's 6 months before he's supposed to go on this thing. So he says, I can. And space travel, to be honest with you, is pretty good motivation to go ahead and drop that 80 pounds.
Yeah.
But he cited health issues, not to mention just the struggle that he's going to have to go with. I'm thinking the $600 that you spend on raffle tickets just to have the ability to grab the seat.
He probably just said to his buddy, give me $600, you get a trip to space.
I mean, look, you could lose 80 pounds in 6 months. I don't know that any actual doctor would recommend that.
No.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
And then you're going to go get on a spacecraft. You're going to be launched into the atmosphere. Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Great motivation, though.
It is great motivation. I was thinking the same thing. We go to Idaho, where a man has accomplished his resolution for 2021. Having been a fan of breaking Guinness World Records for a number of years, he set out in 2021 to break a new world record every week of the year. It's been confirmed through email that he had accomplished 43 records in the 52 weeks, but he says that the others have been submitted and are waiting approval. So he does say that he did achieve one for every week of 2021.
Are any of them things we care about? Because is he the guy that, ran 100 yards blindfolded while juggling?
Exactly.
It is impressive.
Yeah.
But
throughout the year, he accomplished tasks such as stacking wet bars of soap, bouncing ping pong balls, catching fruit and marshmallows in his mouth, as well as other tasks being done quicker than they had before.
Okay.
So he said, he broke a few just because he was able to do them quicker, and then, he did a handful of other stupid ones that not a whole lot of people would think of. And that is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. More Men's Room is coming up your way next with the Men's Room Happy Hour exclusively on the Odyssey app.
Yes, indeed, it's all true, but in the meantime, we be all about this bitch for about 180 seconds or so, but don't quote me on that. So until then, please do what you do best, and for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
All right, let's clear this garage. Start a pile here for donations, one over here for recycling, and one more over here for trash. Hang on, what are you doing?
Recycling?
We may need that paint one day, and that can't be recycled.
First, this can looks older than me. And second, paintcare.org says you can.
Paintcare.org. Let me see. Oh, and there's a drop-off site close by. And it's free? Nice.
Dad, no.